The charge light on this 300 TDI is constantly on. Now what we're going to do first of all is check if there's any power going to this wire here from your dashboard. There should be 12 volts on there, because this excites the alternator to get it to start. If there's no voltage there, it won't start up. So well, I'm going to have a great difficulty trying to hold the camera and do the test at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the camera down, take that wire off there and put a multimeter onto it. Sorry about the beeping, it's one of these American cars, when you got the key in the ignition the bloody thing beeps until it's started. So I've got a jumper lead going from that wire that went onto there, up through the lead, through the multimeter, and then this is going to go to ground, and we have nothing. So we have a problem perhaps with this wire here. So what we need to do is trace it and find out actually where it goes, because somebody's joined that wire on there before. That's a white wire. Now if it was a taco wire it would be white with a grey tracer, but it isn't. It should be a brown with a yellow tracer. So let's go and have a look and see where it is, and let me turn this bloody bleeping off. So what I've done is I've disconnected all the wires off the back of the alternator, and I actually found down here the brown with a yellow tracer. I have to be a bit careful with that because it's 12 volts. But yeah, if it's 12 volts it should light up here. 11.61, down a bit, but at least it's got voltage, and the light's gone out on the dash, so that's good. So we know that that's the right way. The thing is, what we don't know, have they got the wires on the right way around on the alternator? You see, let's see if we can put the flashlight on a bit. D plus had a white wire on it, and right down, what's that? Oh, that's my multimeter. Right down at the bottom next to that black box was the connection for the green, for the brown with the yellow tracer. I'm just going to have to check and make sure that they've got these on the right way around. So I got the wires on the right way around. The brown and the yellow should go on this terminal here, and nothing. So the alternator's dead. Something probably the wiring's all shot inside. Let's take it off. Let's take it down to the shop and let them sort it out, because they've got testers and stuff. Quite easy to get off because there isn't the cowling on, so we're going to take off the pulley off here, take the belt off. Well, I noticed, look, there's a coolant leak there, look. You see that? Look at that. That'll need tightening up, look. Right. And then there's just a bolt down under here and a bolt through the top, and it's quite easy to get off. We might be able to windingle it through without taking the turbo pipe off. We'll see. So there we go. 2 hours later, I got the alternator back from the shop. Pretty quick, eh? What a mess it was in. It's had to have new bearings, regulator, rectifier. The guy said it was probably because the wires are on backwards. Anyway, I very rarely do this, but we'll go through the shopping list of what it was. The bearings were $5.50 each. It's not too bad, I couldn't buy them for that. The regulator was $39.50, the rectifier was $42.50, and they charged me $60 for doing it. A grand total with the tax, $175. Now, why didn't I do it myself? Well, I haven't got any parts for a start off, and they've done it really quick, within an hour, a couple of hours, it's done, and I guarantee it for a year. You see, and it's all tested and things, whereas I have to sort of put it on the car, test it, might not work, might be this, might be that, take it off, do this. They know what they're doing. So, and I know it's only a smallish alternator, but that's not the point. The point is just to get this thing going and running. It's all very well putting big alternators on, but we've got to get one from UK, and that's going to be expensive to ship. So I had a word with the customer, and he says this was the way to do it. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to fit this on A couple of things I was going to show you before I sort of attack it. This has got a little thing called a split bush. It's a bush that moves backwards and forwards. And a good idea, just before you actually take it off, before you take your nut off, just tap this casing a little bit so the bush becomes loose, if you see what I mean. So the alternator becomes loose on the mounting bracket, and then you're not sort of fighting with it trying to get it on and off. It's a real dream to put on after that, you know. And going back to the other alternator, this was another reason why we didn't fix it up, because the mounting space here at the front is crucial, not so much at the back. That's why you've got split bush. The distance from here to your pulleys is kind of critical, because you don't want your pulleys being out of line, and that's why I didn't rebush and mess about with spacers and things like that on the old broken alternator, because we'll never get it right. Plus the shaft was beaten up, and that wasn't really an economic repair. In fact, I asked them down at the shop, and they said it needs a new rotor. He says it's going to be just as much as a new alternator. So anyway, that's less of the ramble. Let's get this on. Now let's remember the charge light, the brown with the yellow tracer, goes on here. This one down here is for your tachometer. Alright, so let's get that fitted. So, alternator on, alternator working. Now I tested it with the clamp meter, the DC clamp meter on the battery, and turned on all the lights, and it's keeping up at 32 amps. So that's quite a lot of charge putting out. Yeah, so that's working. The next thing I've got to do is to sort out the wiring. Now that's the thing I don't like doing, because it's had different layers of accessories put on one after the other, and it's all piggybacked off somewhere else. And to tell you honest truth, I don't know where to start. I think I'll give it a good coat of looking at tomorrow, because this has got diff locks on with you know, an air pump, and then it's got winches, it's got big lights, it's got all sorts of stuff that doesn't really need to be on. It'll never get used. So sorting it out is going to be a problem. If you can probably, let's have a look under here, you can see there's like yellow wires that look really ugly. So I think what I might just do is get some of that sheathing, you know, for wiring, and try and tidy it up the best I can. I don't really want to rewire it. I'm going to be into a real nightmare of stuff. The dash is just as bad. There's wires all over the damn place. Anyway, I'm still not 100%, but this is something I can just tinker around and then just leave and walk away. So, alternator fixed. Should I fix the other one? I don't think so. You know, if it was $175 just to fix that one, how much would it be to fix the other one? With needing machining, etc. It would cost an awful lot of money. So that'll do, that'll wrap that up, and then we'll get back and see what this is like once we've done the wiring. I hope it turns out alright. See you later.